Hey internet, I'm gonna sit out of the sun here. It is day 10 and me and my beautiful wife here are headed into Roxas City to go look at condos and maybe head on over to the, I think it's called the Angry Beaver. I didn't name it. So stay tuned and I'll throw some stuff on the end. Bye. All right, so I tried to get video of that house today and I don't know, just new to the camera business and I goofed it up, no big deal. I almost bought the Hannon model, which is a model of house in this subdivision I'm looking at, but after like doing my finances and like balancing them against our plan A, because it's our plan B, we just felt like it wasn't going to be tenable to do in a way that would keep our life comfortable. And considering that I have my apartment in Tampa, and then I have our apartment in Dumaro, and then I'm buying a house in Jacksonville and moving across the state. Now is not the time for me to spend recklessly. So sadly, I didn't get the house that, it's going to become affordable for me when it becomes affordable for me. I'm not going to rush into it. Second to that, though, we made it down to the Canadian Beaver bar in Roxas, and I got to meet an influencer from Roxas who is kind of showing people the way to, move over and that kind of thing, and had a wonderful conversation with him about his story, how he did it, and the hardships and also the pleasantries that come with moving there, and was lucky enough to have the burger that he has there. Now, just so you know, there's not a lot of cattle in the Philippines. There's some, it's not as if cows don't exist, but they don't really eat it in the fashion that North Americans eat it, like by the metric ton. So he likes to say that they have the best burger in the Philippines. And look, admittedly, I have not been not every of the 7,000 islands here, but their burgers are not the same as our burgers typically. The Filipinos don't have that deep kind of like reliance on beef in the same way that we do, where we eat it recklessly, constantly, all of the time. They have it more as an occasion because it's a little bit more expensive as it's more rare. And I felt like the way that he pitched it to me is he's like, we like to say, now he's Canadian, so perhaps he was being subtle, but he's like, we like to say that we have the best hamburger. But let me just tell you something. When a guy grows up making hamburgers and knows what goes into making hamburgers pleasant and satisfying, he's right. It's the single best burger I've ever had here. And I've been here many times, and it was an indulgence in my Western taste, because the thing is, when expats, or really actually let's back that up, when anyone moves to a new place, they're always going to miss the comforts of home. Of course, why wouldn't they? I mean, who doesn't love that, right? But now that I'm starting to feel at home in the Philippines, my comfort foods are changing a little bit, and I've been here for a couple weeks now, and I wasn't even thinking about it, but I gotta say, he ain't wrong, man. I had that burger. It had caramelized onions. It had tangy mayo. It had actual Western ketchup. It had a big old thick burger on it. He toasted the buns. It was greasy. You had to cut it with a fucking knife. You had to eat it with a fork. It was, it was great. And we washed it down with beer. And, I got to have myself a very pleasant afternoon. So, if you make it to Roxas, you owe it to yourself. Go get that burger at the Canadian Beaver. Anyway, since I wasn't really able to get any video of that house, since we didn't end up really being able to go forward with that process, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to update that aspect of it. The truth is that'll come in time when it comes, but there is a lot to think about there. There's some opportunities for me to work on if I can manage my money correctly in the next year or so. And so I think I may return to that plan fairly shortly. With that said, though, I think I'm going to wrap day 10. So I'm supposed to say things like and subscribe. I don't know that anybody needs to do that anymore, because I feel like we all know that. But I'm going to say it because I don't know how to end these videos yet. Because I'm a noob.